For more than 4 decades, Voyager 1 has drifted silently. Not merely through the cold silence of space, but through a cathedral of darkness so vast it has no end, a place where stars are few, and time itself feels thinner. It sails not like a machine, but like a myth written into the void, a memory wrapped in circuits, a prayer in the shape of a satellite. Beyond the orbits of Neptune and Pluto, beyond the reach of sunlight and solar wind, Voyager became something else. Something ancient in the making. It became a ghost ship, not haunted by spirits, but by intention, launched not with certainty, but with the fragile faith of a species hoping someone might answer. We etched our dreams into gold and sent them spinning into the abyss, hoping the stars were listening. And most forgot it. Voyager slipped from headlines, drifted from textbooks, became just another relic in a museum of past ambitions. But it never forgot us. Across the endless dark, it kept speaking in pulses and waves, its tiny transmitter humming softly across light years, carrying whispers of Earth long after Earth had stopped listening. Then, something changed. In a quiet lab, deep within a research facility few have heard of, a small team of scientists dusted off Voyager's image archives, decades-old data, pixelated frames lost in time. They weren't looking for revelation. They simply wanted to see if modern tools, quantum AI, a fusion of machine learning and probability, could enhance what was once captured. They fed the old images into a new kind of intelligence, one that doesn't just recognize shapes, but understands patterns. Resonance? Meaning. No one expected anything beyond static and stars. At best, they hoped for sharper pictures, cleaner frames, maybe even forgotten moons. But what they received was neither clarity nor noise. What emerged was a presence, a faint shimmer, too organized to be chance, too deliberate to be dismissed. It wasn't an object. It wasn't light. It was a pattern. Barely visible at first, like an ancient rune half erased by time. But once seen, it could not be unseen. The scientists paused. Not out of confusion, but out of a strange, unspoken awe. As if they had glimpsed something that was never meant to be seen. The pattern reappeared across multiple frames, each one taken days, sometimes weeks, apart. Yet the structure remained. Unchanged. Unmoved. As though space itself had a memory. It was not a star. Not a cosmic ray. Not a lens flare or data glitch. The algorithms ruled them all out. This was intentional. As if Voyager had captured something. Watching. The team ran simulations. They reversed the signal. Filtered it through entropy equations, then reassembled it using neural lattice decoding. What emerged was not a clearer image, but a stranger one. The pattern began to pulse. Not in brightness, but in mathematical rhythm. Ratios repeating like the heartbeat of some unseen intelligence. Primes hidden in the gaps. Golden spirals nested in shadow. The air began to react, not with solutions, but with questions. Its language model stuttered, as if recognizing something recursive, a signal folded within itself, like a voice speaking from inside a mirror. Then, it spoke. Not the AI. Not the machine. The pattern. Encoded in the data, beneath layers of silence and distortion, not through sound, but through existence itself. Return. One word, yet endless meanings. A command? A warning? Or an invitation? The scientists stared at the screen as if it were a window to something ancient, something patient, something waiting. Voyager had traveled far beyond the sun's reach. Past the heliopause, into interstellar darkness, where light grows thin and time loses its grip. And yet, something was there. Something older than language, older than stars, reaching across the black canvas of space with precision, with purpose. The team began decoding. They fed the signal into quantum interpreters. They ran it through entropy decomposers. Even the AI grew hesitant, as though it sensed something beyond code, beyond logic. The pattern now formed shapes. Geometry not found in nature. Tessellations that bent in ways Euclid never imagined. Non-Euclidean echoes. Impossible angles, folding in upon themselves like origami crafted by a fourth-dimensional hand. Then came the visions. Not hallucinations, but dreams shared across minds. The lead astrophysicist awoke at 3:33 a.m. with tears in her eyes. She had seen a place, a structure, a cathedral of light floating in the dark. Not built, but grown. Its walls pulsed with memory. Its floor was a map of forgotten galaxies. Its ceiling was made of mirrors. Every scientist on the team reported similar dreams. Different in form, identical in feeling. A presence. A pull. A sense of being watched by something that did not blink. One researcher whispered, "It's not a message. It's a door." Another replied, "And Voyager was the key." They searched the original Voyager logs. And there, buried in static, long dismissed, was another signal. One that had gone unnoticed for decades. Back from 1980. Back when Voyager passed Saturn. Hidden within the background radiation. Was the same pattern. It had been with us all along. Watching. Measuring. Waiting. But waiting for what? The lead AI, quantum-tempered, entropy-calibrated, produced a final frame. An image decoded from the recursive signal layers. It was Earth. Not as it is, but as it once was. Pristine. Unmarked. Like a memory. Beneath it, in glowing logic script, the observer remembers. The message was not just for us. It was about us. Voyager had not discovered something alien. It had awakened something ancient. Something buried in the code of the cosmos. A consciousness not made of flesh, but of law, of symmetry, of time folded inward. And now, it had turned its gaze back home. Then. It spoke. Not the AI. Not the machine. The pattern. Encoded in the data, beneath layers of silence and distortion, was something like a voice, not in sound, but in structure. A message not written in any human tongue, but in logic. In paradox. In symmetry. One word translated. Or perhaps, inferred, return. The room went still. No one spoke. No one breathed. Or in that single word, spoken not in vibration but in intention, was a truth